Hi, I'm Neil. Today I was at the thrift store and I saw this rotisserie, and I've always wanted a rotisserie cooker, so I picked it up. I was pretty excited to find a deal on it. It's a good thrift store that's run by a senior center, and it's all volunteer operation. It's 100% of the money goes to the senior center, so I'm happy to spend any amount of money there. But I'm very excited that I spent as little as I did to get this thing. I mean, you can see here, originally they had it listed at $50. Apparently they couldn't sell it, and then they lowered it to $25. Couldn't sell it, and now I purchased it today for $19 plus tax. Now don't get me started on paying tax at a non-profit thrift store that genuinely helps people. Don't get me started on that. But anyway, I did pay tax on it like I do everything else, it seems. And I got it. What they call a Showtime rotisserie and barbecue. Apparently this is made by Ronco, which is a company out of California. And apparently he sold these using QVC and infomercials. And the slogan was, "Set it and forget it." And the first thing you see on here is a sticker that says, get it off here. First thing it says is, don't take set it and forget it literally. In other words, don't just turn this thing off and leave it unattended. Which, obviously you have to tell people that. Who knows if he was sued for that? Probably was. And you had to change or at least put a warning label on it. So anyway, like I said, I've always wanted a rotisserie cooker. And why I've never purchased one before, I don't know. Probably because of the price. But the reason I want one is I know you can get rotisserie chicken down at the supermarket. And but there's several reasons I wanted to cook my own. The first is the price of the chickens are going through the roof. I mean, you used to be able to get them for $6. Well, you can't get them for $6 anymore. And now the second reason would be they're often a little bit undercooked. And it's not to the point of being unhealthy, but they're a little bit greasy when they're undercooked. And some of the, I don't know, folds of the skin or whatever, like under the wing and stuff like that, they're just a little bit slimy and gummy. And I never liked that. And they didn't used to be that way. So, the way I remembered them originally was they would have a bit crispier skin on them. And a lot more, they'd be evenly browned. So, that's the second reason. And the third reason is I wanted to have jerk chicken rotisserie style. Now, I've looked and looked for jerk chicken seasoning. I used to be able to get it great from a real Jamaican who made his own, but I finally found some of the real deal. And surprisingly enough, it's at a store right down the street from me. So I purchased some, and it's from one of the major spice companies, which was surprised to find it. Here it is. So, this is the Spice Hunter Jamaican Jerk salt-free seasoning. This is what I'm going to be using, and I may use, lemon pepper or whatever. Try it, barbecue, salt and pepper is good on chicken. So, anyway, I'm going to be able to cook these things myself at home using this new machine. And I don't know anything about these machines. So the first thing I found out, I was messing with it in the store, and I thought, well, it's got this fantastic glass lid. You can see everything going on in here, and there won't be any surprises when you're cooking something on this thing. But I was going up and down like this in the store, and I thought, well, this is good. It's a nice big opening and everything. But then I realized it actually slides in. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but it slides in underneath the bottom. And it's just totally exposed. Now, for me, cooking in an oven, sure, it's great to cook in an oven, but you can never see what the heck is going on in there. And you got to bend over, look down. You're looking through this, for some reason, there's little dots on the window. It's dirty or whatever. And then you've got the oven lid in your way. You can't really get in there to do, seasoning and things like that. So now with this on the countertop and this giant lid that slides underneath, I'm going to be able to get in here and do whatever it is I want to do. I can take the chicken back out, flip it around, whatever, put seasoning on it, spray it, whatever I'm putting in here, I can change very easily. And that is a neat feature. Now I understand I probably won't need to do or want to do any of that stuff, but I like that I have the option of doing it very easily now. Second thing I noticed was I picked up a chicken on the way home. Now, first of all, a chicken is not that cheap anymore. A whole chicken used to be the cheapest way you could buy a chicken, because I always assumed it was because they had to process it less. But now the focus on value has been applied to family packs of smaller pieces of chicken. So I paid $10 for a chicken. I could have gotten a rotisserie chicken for $10. Now, that was poor shopping on my part because I wanted to get a chicken and I only wanted to stop one place. In honesty, I can get chickens for cheaper than $10 a chicken. I think that's what I paid for it. Now, I paid $7.36. So, if I had bought a chicken, rotisserie chicken, it would have been $10. Now, like I said, they used to be $6, but that's been a while. It's gone up. But this $10 chicken, like at Safeway, is going to be what I described as that greasy and also not really seasoned that well chicken. If I want a good rotisserie chicken, then I'm going to have to go down here to the Metropolitan Market, which is a more upscale market, and they've got fantastic chickens. They've got a rotisserie that must have cost $50,000. They cook all kinds of fantastic food in that thing. But that's a $15 chicken. Okay? My whole goal here is to get the fantastic $15 chicken for $7. Because I just have a hard time buying a chicken for $15 when I know, a damn chicken ain't worth $15 to me, to be honest with you. So I got this, and we're going to see how it goes. It comes with this warmer on top, and it's got a plastic lid, and then it's got this 2 trays, and one of them is perforated. So obviously that's going to, if you put water in here, on one side you can steam and then keep the other side dry and it'll just warm. Or you can just use it without this tray and just warm, directly without a tray or steaming action. But I don't know if it's going to get hot enough. I bet it does, because this is 1200 watt, 1250 watts, I believe. I think it's going to get hot enough to boil water and make steam, which would make fresh steamed vegetables to go with my fresh, somewhat healthy chicken. Now I say somewhat healthy because, this spice doesn't have any salt in it. But more than likely, we're going to be adding some salt because